What is up, everybody? Good morning and welcome back to Marvel Rivals. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We're not going to be spectating a tank this morning, but we are going to be spectating a Bucky played by Afersie. He is on Nightmare, or Mutants I should say, and he is also playing against his teammate Delana on the other team. So this game is kind of a pop-off game. He does a ridiculous amount of damage, and let's just get right into it, see what's going on. I was watching the MRC this morning, and I was watching the finals between Mutants and Nightmare, and this guy was absolutely frying on Wolverine, so I was actually looking for a Wolverine replay. But I saw this Bucky one, and this guy fries on Bucky. So if you're planning on playing Bucky or you want to pick up this character, this guy is someone definitely to check out. Learn from. He's an absolute monster. He hits a ridiculous amount of shots, this game as well, so I think most of the time this character is, as with most characters, it's really just an aim thing, but Bucky especially, his gun just does so much damage that you're just going to be pumping if you hit every shot. As you can see, taking Captain America very, very low there. Gets a nice two-piece on the Star-Lord. Gets a nice headshot, almost half hits the Luna over there, using his E so as to not reload. Getting a double kill and securing his team at this point. Getting a nice another two-tap on the Luna. Not able to take out the Storm, but his team does that for him. And they get the early cap and push the enemy all the way back into their spawn hallway. Just throwing out his hook, using his E so he doesn't have to reload. And just absolutely peppering these people with damage. He has also already farmed ult. The enemy Luna also does have ult, so might get countered by that just a little bit, but playing this corner, he does a good job of stepping up in front of this Doctor Strange, using his abilities and then stepping behind him until those come off cooldown. Staying a little bit safer so that he can get more value out of that. He actually ults the wall here, it looks like. I think that's what he does. I don't think he tags anyone with that ultimate, but his Mantis and his Psylocke are able to ult and just take out the entire enemy team. So once again, pushing the enemy into their spawn hallway. Someone does try to back cap and steal the point from behind them, but Delana over there switches to Namor from the Storm, I believe he was playing earlier. Gets sent back to spawn without too much difficulty. Playing around this corner, not taking too much damage. Misses the hook just barely on that Hawkeye. And he is looking to just farm ult, firing into this void over here. The enemy Luna ult comes out, but Doctor Strange is not standing in it, so he gets taken out pretty quickly. Hawkeye gets taken out. And it is unfortunate that the enemy team loses two. There we go. And we just get a nice, again, reset into a penta. And, yeah, he just pops off. That was super clean. We're going to watch that again just because it was unbelievably clean. But the Luna ult comes out on the enemy team, so she's trying to keep everyone alive. Doctor Strange steps out of it. He starts firing at the people in the Luna ult and then decides to switch to the Strange, able to quickly take him out. And then Goma on his team is able to take out the Hawkeye, gets the execute, the one-tap dink on the Namor, resetting again, and his team finishing off a couple kills to give him the reset. Pretty crazy play, gets a very clean penta, wipe the enemy team very quickly, and then they're also looking at about 87% on the clock. At this point, I don't know if the enemy is even going to be able to touch. 8%, 6%, 5%. Cloak and Dagger ult to try and get onto point. She's able to do it, but as Doctor Strange is able to get one, his Psylocke is absolutely pumping as well. And this Doctor Strange is trying to keep him at bay, but ends up just kind of getting isolated by him. Takes the 1v1 with the Strange here. His Psylocke gets one more, finishes off the Strange, and we're going to usher in the first round victory. Pretty dominant first round, actually. Really good ult usage from his team, not overlapping too much, which is another thing that I noticed when I was watching the MRC. They kind of commit like 1 to 2 ults per push or something like that, and they rotate them a lot better. I see a lot of teams, especially in like pubs or in, in like platinum game players and stuff like that. People definitely use too many ults. They'll go to a point and they'll be like, okay, we really need to take this point, and they'll blow all 5 ults. And a lot of them are wasted. There's a lot of value. There's a lot of ults that can actually just kill an entire team. There's a lot of ults that can keep an entire team alive. I don't know why I'm spectating the wrong person, but we will get over to Afersie here. Gets a nice headshot into a armed and dangerous. Not able to get the reset there, unfortunately, but it's a good effort. And the same thing happens to him, so he is going to be taken out. He only dies 3 times in this replay, though, so we shouldn't be seeing this death screen too much. But I think rotating ults is definitely something that a lot of professional players do better. Obviously, they're able to do it a little bit better because they are on comms. But you would hope they're on comms. If they're not on comms and they're just winning professional games, I don't know. They're just built different, I guess. But that is something that I've heard a lot of people say is really helpful about ranked games or something like that when healers are communicating, especially if you have 2 stalling support ults. If you guys overlap ults, that's a huge loss of value. They're going to get ulted by the Doctor Strange here. Unfortunately, he is just out of his Invisible Woman ult, so he's taken out. They're going to be down a person as the Luna ult comes out of the enemy team. His Doctor Strange, his Invisible Woman fall. They're just going to have to back up off this point here. But if you're in a ranked game, I mean, being vocal can sometimes be terrible because people are, you know, just rude sometimes, and you know, you get a ton of blame for everything and all that sort of stuff. But sometimes it can be really helpful if your team is actually being constructive and you really want to just nice heady. If you want to give yourself the best chance of winning, if you're not trying to overlap a Luna ult, an Invisible Woman ult, or something like that, communicate that to your team. Don't be afraid to type in chat. Some people are going to suck, but you're going to win a couple games because of it too, so. Luna ult on his team, Doctor Strange ult comes out on his team, both of them kind of countered by Invisible Woman ult. Sees that starting to fade and goes for the execute on the Bucky, is able to get the reset on his Armed and Dangerous. Holds it for a little bit of time and then goes for the Invisible Woman, able to take her out. Gets a nice Armed and Dangerous, goes again for the Luna here. Takes the Namor low. Tries to get onto the Cloak and Dagger, using his ult as a gap closer instead of an actual execute, and they're able to stagger the Cloak and Dagger there, which did rhyme, but again, we're gonna just blow past that. And they have successfully taken the point, stopping the enemy's 80% climb, and just playing a little bit more distance here as Psylocke goes in. She should have the damage pretty much under control. No other ults committed at this point. And the rest of his team is able to just follow up. He's able to do a ton of damage with those auto attack shots. Take a couple people low, and then back up. Not overcommitting to a couple lower members of the team there. They could have definitely turned the corner, but they might have been baited by the respawns. So backing up here is a good idea. Unfortunately, his Psylocke was not so lucky, so now they're going to be fighting a person down as the enemy team goes for the touch here. Using his shift defensively, getting out of a sticky situation. Tries to finish off the Bucky as he drops low. But with Cloak and Dagger ult, Namor ult, and Doctor Strange ult being popped in the enemy team, they're going to get very quickly wiped. And just going to have to reset and try and get a touch. About 81% on both teams here. So they are just going to have to get a good fight here. But they do have access to 2 of the better offensive ults as well. Unfortunately, they will have to contend with Luna ult and Invisible Woman ult right after that. So trying to get a hook through the portal here. Luna ult does come out as Doctor Strange ults here. Is able to still kill the Cloak and Dagger through. I think he does kill her through the Luna ult there. I'm almost positive, which is a little bit crazy. Oh. Yeah, people definitely do think that they are immune during Luna ult as well. So, still in Luna ult. Might have actually been a bit of a vertical sort of difference there. Because Luna ult has a little bit of a weird hitbox. If you're like standing on top of the payload or something, sometimes you won't heal people that are standing right next to it. So, be careful with that. Maybe the Cloak and Dagger wasn't in that and wasn't able to get topped off. But that does make the difference in that fight as well. They do pop Invisible Woman ult. And they're still taken out just by those 3 ults committed. So Luna ult, Psylocke ult, and Bucky ult. And he's going for some cheeky shots on the Doctor Strange here, trying to build a little bit of ult charge as he knows the enemy is portaling. I would imagine he's shouting this in comms if he's on comms with anybody. and they come in here with a vengeance, taking the Luna low, able to get a nice heady on the Cloak and Dagger to finish her off, but unfortunately Namor all clips him right as he's about to get out of it. His whole team is taken out, and they are going to go into a third round. Very, very close round, but let's see how the last one turns out. I guess assuming, I mean, this is a video, so, you know, you kind of have to assume that it turns out in a specific way, but also make sure if you're a Wolverine player, check this guy out on Wolverine. He's definitely someone to take a look at. He goes crazy on Wolverine. And a good Bucky, as you can see, can change the game too. He's doing a ton of damage. Let's see where his damage is at right now. You know, 19k. He's about 5k higher than, I mean, the Psylocke. The Psylocke is still, I mean, Psylocke isn't really like a pad character or anything like that, but still can do a lot of damage. Her ult gets a lot of value. Hooks the Doctor Strange here, tries to get him a little bit out of position, but opts to hook him and then go for the rest of the team. Cloak and Dagger comes out here. I think he kind of ulted defensively there. Knows he's in a little bit of a sticky situation, and surviving is better than going in and just dying. Take a couple people low. Psylocke is able to polish those off. And that was effectively only one ult used, and they take out the entire team. So, very good follow-up damage from his team as well. Hitting a lot of crucial shots, taking people low, and then starting to build his ult back, going for headies around this corner. And as you can see, he's already back to 37%, 40%. Going for some cheeky hooks, making sure to play behind the Doctor Strange so he doesn't get clipped while he's poking. Gets a nice headshot on the Luna there, and I believe she's just taken out by the Invisible Woman. Gets a cheeky hook around the corner on this Namor. And they're able to just follow up and take out the rest of the enemy team, push them all the way back to spawn. And they are looking at 4 ults to 4 ults, so this next fight should be a bit of a doozy. I don't believe Doctor Strange has Portal up, though. Or at least he's not using it, so they're going to waste a lot of time fighting in this hallway, able to hold them back pretty well. Once again, goes for the Namor on high ground. Nearly takes him out. Unfortunately, gets kind of into a wall right there. His Doctor Strange ult, he's able to 2-tap the Namor in the head, focuses on aiming. I think a lot of people also panic at Doctor Strange ult. It lasts long enough, don't worry. You'll be good. But he takes his time, makes sure he gets the nice 2-tap on the heads. And his Psylocke has once again farmed ult. Takes out the enemy Luna. And they do expend pretty much every ult that they have, but able to get a nice cleanup as he's just hitting absolutely every shot. Focusing the Namor right as he comes out of the bubble. And I don't think the enemy team is able to get a touch here. Uses his again just to seal the deal. Pretty dominant performance. So, I don't know. I just thought that was a fun replay to watch as Bucky. If you want to watch this replay yourself, I'll of course include the replay ID in the description below. Like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to comment if you want to see anything next, any particular characters, any particular players. If you want me to start doing any specific sort of content, I do read all those comments there, so let me know. Absolute banger of a game. Again, check this guy out on Wolverine. Check him out on Bucky if either of those two characters interest you, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.